Hey, welcome back, guys. Today I have a diesel tank that I use to fill up my tractor. The pump on it is not working. Intermittent problem, I guess. I'm thinking it's a switch, but I'm ready to take it apart. I'm going to show you guys. Well, I'm just going to bring you guys with me. Alright, this is the pump. The tank here itself, I haven't finished painting it, so I gotta finish painting it. But it's a 275 gallon oil tank. I have off-road diesel delivered to the property, and I got this pump with a gauge with a fuel meter on it. And it works when it works great. So I'm thinking when I tap on the motor, and that's what all these gashes are, is me tapping on the motor to get it to work. So I'm thinking the mechanism inside, the switch is bad somewhere, or it's not making connection, or the connection's dirty. This pump's not even a year old. So what I'm gonna do is take this cover off and see what's going on inside. The power cord comes up behind it here. So it's 4 Allen bolts, comes off. I already took the brushes out, cleaned them. It's still acting up. So what I'm gonna do is pull this off, look at it, and see if I see anything wrong inside. So all right. Alright, so then it's just a cover with the wires that just go inside. So it looks like we're gonna have to take this piece off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Allen screws to take off. So let's get to it. So I have to take this off. So I do not have a pipe wrench. Ah, there we go. Didn't need a pipe wrench after all. So I got that pipe off. What I'm gonna do is stick a rag in the hole. It's the same people I'm talking to as last time when you asked me that question. Let's stick a rag down the hole so I don't accidentally drop any screws or dirt gets down in there. That works. Alright, where's Hannah, my ratchet? Thank you. Alright, I got all the bolts out. Now, let's see if we can pull this off. Alright. And of course, the switch got wet. Oh, pick that up, please. the switch inside got wet, and it completely fried the terminals. So that is why it's not working. So I'm glad the motor, I'm assuming the motor is fine. But I haven't really used this that much. It's only pumped 500 gallons so far out of it. But and I think what I'm gonna do is gotta run to the hardware store, the auto parts store, and see if I can find another toggle switch like so. And I'm just going to replace it with a cheap switch, but it's pretty simple actually. This lever, I mean, it goes on like this, and when it's in, all right, when it's in like so, that's the pump hangs in here, and then when you pull the handle out, you push this up, and it just activates the switch. It just, there's a little, it turns the switch on and off. All right, it's a very, very simple design. So, but it looks like the toggle switch was at fault on this one. So what I'm gonna do is, like I said, I'm gonna go get a toggle switch from the auto parts store, and I will be back to finish this project. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the switch they have the design, they have the little icon, it's a little squiggly line there next to the 250 volt. There's a little squiggly line that indicates it's AC. It's an AC power switch, toggle switch, which this is a DC pump, DC powered pump. And the DC emblem here, let me show you on my multimeter. Oh, this is my multimeter, and when you see the 40 there, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but there's a 40 and it's got a little squiggly line. That's the indication for AC. Now if you look down here to where it says 400A, and next to it, it's got a line on top and 3 dashes up underneath it, that's the emblem for DC voltage. All right, so in this DC pump they have an AC switch. I mean, really, I don't think it would really matter, because all it does is just kills power. But it might be, I know with DC applications it uses more amps than AC does. So if this is only a, you know, 15 amp switch, that means that pump is probably pulling about 20 amps or so. So let me go see if I can find the specs on the pump itself. No, there's no power rating. It just says 12 volts, duty cycle 30 minutes. Yeah, there's nothing on the back of the pump either. So who knows what the voltage really is, or the amperage that it's on this motor uses. But it could, this switch could have failed because it's an AC rated toggle switch instead of DC rated. So I'm going to go put a DC rated toggle switch, and we should be back in business. So I'm back. Went to the auto parts store, got a toggle switch, and it says on there 20 amp 12 volt DC. So this is a DC toggle switch. So what I'm going to do is take these screws off. I'm going to hook it up to these terminals and flip it on and see if it works. Alright, so I got the wire terminals on, and let's see if it works. And And it works. So we had a bad switch. Alright, let's take these off. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just clip these off and put in these round terminals. This way I can screw them to the toggle switch. Let's make sure. So I got to take the toggle switch back out in order to screw these to there. Make sure I got the right size terminal. It's a little. Let me go see if I can find smaller ones. Alright, so I didn't have any other wire connectors like this. So what I'm going to do is put this one on, that one on that, and then put it on there. So I gotta take my thing out. I gotta take my toggle switch back out. So let me take that out. So before we put our toggle switch up in there, we need to make sure we get our our gasket here. So I'm just gonna put that up there so it's out of the way, and then we can reattach. Let me get that nut out of there. Reattach our toggle switch. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got the gasket on, the toggle switch on. Everything's hooked up nice and tight. So we'll see if it runs. Alright, we are good. So we just flip this over like so. Bring our gasket down. Alright, that should be good. So now we have these two bolts. Can be one go. Put the other one in here. Snug them up. Alright, they're nice and tight. So we just gotta put these other bolts for that housing on the back. So I just gotta put these 4 bolts in, or 3 bolts, snug them down, and I'll be right back. Alright, everything is tightened up. Tighten down. Pump works. You just put the nozzle in like so. You just pull it out. There's a little little curved piece there. You just, it hooks in, and the nozzle just rests on this plate. Pull it out. And that's how that works. Let me go grab my tractor and I'll put some fuel in it. Alright, so we gotta just pull the rag out and put our pipe back in. Snug it down. All right, let's go get the tractor.